Hey guys, my name is Faith Miller and I am your instructor for DMA 050 Equations of Lines. So now you can put a voice with the ton of Blackboard emails that you receive from me. I wanted to show you exactly what I'm going to be going over today so that you have kind of a clue as to what you might see on the test. So if you are on your home screen and you click on course content, under course content, there's this option that says Level 4 Learning Check / Final Exam Review. So if you'll click on that, then this first box that says just DMA 050 Level 4 Learning Checks, that's going to be the page that I'm going over. And then this is the key that goes with it. So if you want to try this at home first, check yourself first as the key. And if there's some you're stuck on, you want to watch the videos, whatever floats your boat, I am happy with. So I'm going to switch over to being under the dot cam. So here I am under the dot cam. Unfortunately, I thought I recorded this video first, so I'm going to go through and re-explain everything that I have here. But unfortunately, I was outsmarted by technology. I promise it won't happen again. So for section 5.1, it's looking at graphs and tables and how you can read them. So this first one, since we have some dots that are connected by lines, this is considered a line graph. And then question 2 says, how many more magazines were sold on Thursday rather than sold on Monday? So the first thing that I want to do is go to Thursday. And when I'm looking at Thursday, if I look here, it looks like there's about 50 magazines that were sold on Thursday. And then if I look at Monday, it looks like there were 20 magazines sold on Monday. So then what we can do is just do 50 minus 20. And we're going to end up with, there were 30 more magazines sold on Thursday than there were on Monday. For this next one, if we're looking at it, this is a pictograph because each part of the graph is represented with people or pictures or something. So you might see ones that represent pizza slices. You might see ones that represent donuts, whatever it is. But it basically means a shape's going to represent what's in the graph. And it'll always give you a key for what each thing means. So this one has 1 billion people for each person that we see. So then question 4 asks us, what's the projected 2070 population? So we look 2070, and we're going to count up the total number of people here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in 2070, our projected population is going to be 10 billion people. And you always want to make sure that you include your units. You don't just put 10, because that to the reader, to the grader, who's going to be me, would mean that there's only 10 people expected, not 10 billion. So just be careful with that. Okay. Moving on to the next ones. This is a histogram, and the big difference between a histogram and a bar graph is that a histogram has bars that touch each other. Okay, bar graphs won't. They'll be separated off, but histograms have bars that touch each other. And so this is a histogram. It also goes in intervals here, if you see. So 50 cents to $1, $1 to $1.50, $1 to $2, so on and so forth. So it has intervals with it. And so question 2 asks, excuse me, how many cards cost between 50 cents and $1? So we're going to look here between 50 cents and $1, and then we're going to try to see how many times it occurs. And if I could draw a straight line, it would draw to 4. I just can't. So 4 cards cost between 50 cents and $1. On the next one, we have another line graph since we have dots that are connected by a line. And then the second question asks, how many scores were 70 or higher? So we don't really have a 70 if we're looking on the scores row. So I kind of drew one in myself where I think 70 should be. And that to me was right in here. So then I just want to add up the scores that are greater than this. So it looks about like 30 people scored a 74.5. Looks about 40 people scored an 84.5, and about 15 scored 94.5. So then if we add those together, we get that there were 85 test scores that were 70 or higher, which is pretty good. And for our last one for this unit, we're going to talk about Little Debbie favorite Facebook favorites. And so I'm a little salty about it because my favorite didn't make it on there, but it's okay. It was donut sticks, but it's fine. I'll keep eating them. I'll keep the donut sticks in business. I have no shame. So this is a pie graph because it has little chunks cut out of it that makes it look like a pie. On question 10, it asks, I'm going to draw an arrow up here so I can do my math up here. If 500 Facebook users were used for this data, how many Facebook users favored zebra cakes? So we want to look at zebra cakes, and at zebra cakes, it says 4%. And so I want to multiply that 4% by the 500. But if I just do 4 times 500, I'm going to get 2,000. So that's not going to work. So I need to convert my 4% to be in a decimal form. And the way that I do that is I move it 2 places to the left. So right now we have let's say 4.0%, right? Move it 2 places to the left. And so I've really got 0.4. So I'm going to multiply 0.4 times 500. And that's going to tell me that there were 20 people on Facebook that liked zebra cakes, that voted that those were their favorites. And then lastly, it says what percent of the Facebook users favored honey buns? And so we can look in the pie chart and it says 2% favored honey buns. And so that would answer that question. Okay, so that is it for section 5.1. I will hop right back in with section 5.2.